High top sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champs with the fists. Water bringing fire, cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows running the show. It's high top sports, baby. Let's get it, let's go.
Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, in fact, the best day of the week here at High Top Sports. Boy, oh boy, do we have ourselves a show. It has not stopped. It has been a downfall, a rain pour, if you will, of article after article, noise after noise of this being Napier's last week. And we got to talk about it because there's always that weird feeling. It's very similar to recruiting. It's like, could it happen, though? Could there be the last window and swoop come in? We're going to talk all about that today. And most importantly, Pick'ems are today. And I can't wait to see that whiteboard, boys. I'm just telling you, the Boz was bozzing last week, and he might have bozzed himself up out of here, okay? So we're going to get into that. And, of course, we got to preview this Mississippi State game. It's homecoming week. We've got the fresh unis all running out. A lot to go over. The Prof and I have talked about it. Allie and Peak and Dan Thompson and I have talked about it. The Champ and I have talked about it. But the Swolderquist has yet to put in his 2 cents. So we will dive into it. There's 200 strong already. You know what to do. Smash it, like it. Swolderquist, everybody. Go. Welcome to the show, big guy. How we doing, big fella? How we doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
I was gonna say slow news week, but I heard the jingle of that song when the intro came on, and I had to give I was gonna give a special shout out to whoever made that. I don't know who made it because you won't tell me, but I'll give a special shout out to that mystery person because that is a kick-ass song, by the way.
Banger.
But yeah, I mean it's been a slow news week. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about on the show tonight, man. I was kind of worried. I texted you earlier. I said, man, I can't, like, just looking at the timeline, looking at some of these news stories, all sorts of stuff like this. I said, we're not going to have anything to talk about tonight.
We do, though. We've got a little bit to talk about. I found a few things. I ruffled a few things up for us. All right, so we'll be good. Okay, cool. We'll have a few things to talk about. Look, obviously, I mean, if you've got a pulse, everyone has seen the news that the reports are coming out that this is Napier's last weekend. Or could be, or should be, or maybe. Nobody's putting their foot down. Nobody's selling hard on it. But I've never seen it. It's the weirdest thing, in my opinion, that I've seen in quite some time. When it comes to one, firing a coach, or two, just covering college football. Typically, these firings happen kind of, a little off the whim. Maybe we'll hear a report like maybe a day or so before, not an entire week. Nobody usually gets a week to write about it. We're talking New York Times. We're talking about Wall Street Journal. We're talking Yahoo. Is everyone and anyone that get their hand on this story is running with it. And I've never seen anything like it. And I don't know how to feel about it. It feels they're kind of taking the excitement away, to be quite honest with you. I would rather have just woken up to a tweet of it happening versus it being dragged out. Because there's also now a weird feeling that it's like the big secret that everyone's telling that it now has this potential chance of flipping backwards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, I went on the timeline earlier today, and I heard some news and some rumblings about it a couple of days ago as well, and I was just like, okay, well, if it's being told to me and it's not out there publicly, then cool, we'll wait till this weekend, see what happens, whatever. It's all over the place. You can't find one news article site that isn't at least talking about, okay, well, Billy will be gone this weekend. And usually in those cases, it's like if you know that, like, your head coach is gone, right? Maybe supposedly these boosters, they got together over the course of the past couple of days or yesterday or so forth, or however they want to report it.
I'll read it. Like, so I'll read it and then you can take off. Yahoo said that Florida's director, Scott Strickland, met with a handful of influential boosters on Tuesday and was told continuing financial support depends on a new direction with the football program. So I'll let you go from there, and then we'll get into it.
Tuesday's correct. But, like, so you're hearing reports coming out of, like, okay, well, there's going to be a potential firing on Sunday. I don't know of any other school that, like, says, hey, guys, we're gonna fire a coach on Sunday, but watch the game Saturday. It's homecoming. Y'all come on down and y'all buy a ticket, and we'll go ahead and see whether this game is a win or loss, and then we'll fire the coach. I mean, like it's like I don't think I've ever seen this happen at another program. It's kind of unreal. So I get why like maybe the local reporters and some of the guys that are reporting the story are like, dude, how messed up is this? Like even Dan Wolk, I know a lot of people don't like that guy, whatever. I don't even know who that guy is really. I mean, apparently. But he said something about like, look, this is how messed up this administration looks like right now. And I couldn't have said it any better. It's like we all know that this administration that we have is not the most organized and they're not the most smart brainiacs back there when it comes to anything college football or anything else. So it's like if there's a chance that he doesn't get fired on Sunday and he's still sitting here as our head coach, what's that going to look like timeline wise, fan base wise? It's like the fans have been put on a complete ringer this whole week, the past 2 weeks, I think. And it just looks, it's going to look terribly bad if that guy is still standing at a podium the very next week, coach, or I guess there is going to be a bye week, but like the week, I guess there's a teleconference that Wednesday, and then he's standing on a podium the very next week. There's going to be a lot of angry fans.
That's a good point. So there is no presser after Saturday's game. So like he's not forced to have a conversation. So this thing essentially could get dragged out. Let's do a little thing here. Okay. Let's try to piece this together. We talked about this on the morning show about theories. I finished reading this great book called Hail Mary about science and engineers. And it's about like, again, they're talking about having theories and thoughts. And that's kind of what we do on the show. We hear things, but I also try to put theories together what I think may have happened. So follow the timeline, follow the tweets, tea leaves, whatever you want to call it. All right. So you have the Yahoo tweet that says this meeting happened. And I talked about it on the morning show of like, why are these things getting out? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Well, here we got some more tweets. We got Dan Thompson, Body Bag Dan, we call him. Certain people leaked info to reporters to force Scott's hand. Names, booster meetings, timelines, etc. And again, this is what it feels like because it's like they go and they sit down with Scott. Scott, you got to move. We've got to move on. And they've probably have done this before and have had conversations like this. And Scott goes, yeah, no problem. And then he may win a game and he's like, I can't fire him now. And kind of backs out the deal, weasels out behind the deal. And the kind of the boosters like, we probably should have forced him a little bit harder when we had our chance, right? This time, the boosters came in, guns blazing. They're not only threatening money, which I'm sure they have done before, but hey, we're also going to utilize our resources. We're going to put as much noise out there as possible to make it look like you are going to be incompetent if you don't do your job on Sunday. That's how it feels. It's because now if he doesn't, all eyeballs are at him. There's no one else to kind of, it's always been on him. But I mean, this thing has traveled as far as the eye could see. And if he doesn't move, it's going to, all of a sudden, I wouldn't be surprised if some more news stories started leaking out from other areas too. Aaron Torres says, since everyone else is reporting it, I'll add multiple people in and around Florida athletics have told me they expect Saturday will be Napier's last game at Florida. Headed into a bye under 500 in year 4, 0-14 versus ranked opponents away from the swamp. It's time. And again, Matt Hayes reported on the Scott Strickland meeting with influential boosters as well. So people were really taking this thing. And again, right away, we've talked about it all day today. We kind of, broke it a little bit on Monday with Stephen Harris, but it was shout out to the Discord boys for being on top of the ball there. But the details of it really amped up, obviously. So they started the noise Monday of like, here's what we're going to do. Then Tuesday, the meeting happened, and now we're sitting here. But again, it just feels like almost too much. I mean, we have a teleconference that we'll get into today. Napier was asked about his future and what he was going to do. I don't know. It's an ugly game right now. The political part of this is getting ugly. It's kind of what I'm learning here. This is getting a feisty one to say the least. And look, for me, there's a weird place for us because we're talking about it. We're talking about the guy as if he's fired already when he's not even fired. And it's such a weird situation to be in because it's all hearsay. But I'm at a point where I don't feel gross about it because of how many people are talking about it. Are they coming out directly saying, no, is he going to be fired? Because nobody can, positively say it, but they're saying it without saying it, and it's like you said, it's very interesting, but you can tell it's a who's got the bigger what here in this situation.
Yeah, I'm still getting messages about it right now as we speak, which is kind of crazy and it's funny as heck. I've been told everybody, hey, I'm doing a live show right now, so whatever. But I would always say if you're a fan of Florida and you know this administration and you know how everything works, I would always say expect the unexpected. If that man isn't fired after Sunday, now if he loses, that's different. Now you lose to Mississippi State, probably gets fired.
For
I
sure.
would think
The
in my
win's
mind.
throwing a wrench in these things, and I want the boys to win. We're going to get into that.
But
Go ahead.
if he wins, which I think he will because it's Mississippi State, he should win. If he wins and it's at home, then he's sitting on a podium in a couple of weeks. There's going to be some mayhem. Like there's going to be a lot of mayhem. And I will say this. I know this administration. I know how Scott Strickland is. He's sneaky as hell. I guarantee you if there is a win Saturday, you will see Billy Napier as the coach at Georgia.
You're guaranteeing it?
I'm just guessing, but
You just said guarantee.
yeah, I guarantee you he will be. Yeah, I get that's a guess, but I'll say a guarantee. Yeah, if he wins Saturday,
We can't. Well, a guess and guarantee, those are two different words.
it makes no sense.
Yeah, like what? I guess guarantee he'll be there. Like what? You're gonna piss a lot of people off, Dave. That's not what we've been told.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, I guarantee. Okay, I'll do it. I guarantee you he'll be coaching the Georgia game after the bye week if he wins. I guarantee it.
Oh no, Davey.
I know how this administration is. I know how Scott Strickland is. I know how sneaky he is. I guarantee you he will be coaching after Sunday if he wins.
This brother. This is where I was getting a little worried too. This tweet from Hal Lewis, Pete Nakos. We talked this a few weeks ago. They changed these rules. These rules got approved where if you fire a coach, the players can't leave. It's gotten more stricter. Is kind of what we've gotten to. And Hal tweeted this. So perhaps this sounds like this is Hal defending Strickland. Personally, Hal has been off the Napier train. But I don't know where he sits in the Strickland camp. I have no idea. But this sounds like he's defending him so perhaps UF and Strickland knew this was coming, which is why they were waiting to fire Napier. Interesting. He's very I would say influential to an extent. Not I would say influential, but in the know and tries to push whatever he is feeling. This seems like he's supporting. Again, he's one of the boosters. Maybe he's not one of the ones that are forcing Scott's hand as much. I don't know, but.
Well, this is the thing though too. It's like we all know it's like he's not reaching 8 wins. We already know that, right? So it's like why are we still holding on to something that isn't going to be obtainably? It's not going to be obtained. We already know it. Like he's not rattling off 8 million wins in a row, I guess, or whatever, and saving the season like he did last season. So what is really the point? Whether like you report now whether he's going to get fired or he gets fired Sunday or he just stays and keeps going? Because at this point, with all these reports that are out here already. Like, if you fire him 2 or 3 weeks later, you're just going to look even more dumber just for keeping him around.
We have some more breaking news.
Go ahead, break it.
Oh, brother. Oh, this is crazy, bro. This is the wildest time to be alive. I got to tell you what. I'm going to pull over the tweet from Gator Dave so you guys can see it. Gator Dave just tweeted this.
They tweeted it?
Gator Dave tweeted it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not secret. Spoke to a high-level source regarding the booster meeting Scott Strickland had on Tuesday, which we were just referring to, by the way. Strickland met with only one booster. Now, that's
What'd
different.
I tell you?
But you told me something different, though, about how many people that they met with. So we need to get that cleared up. Met with only one booster. And it was an overall positive meeting where no demands were made and no ultimatums were given. The message was more, how can I be supportive? Let me know what you need. Oh.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show you that, there's a lot of misreporting and a lot of misinformation. And there's as I said, a rift in between the quote unquote boosters in the administration because apparently nobody can be on the same page or give anybody any kind of correct info anywhere. So, I mean, like at this point, like I trust Dave with everything. So I'm pretty sure that's true. But like at the end of the day, outside of this tweet, what really is true, right? What is true anymore? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Shelton, you look shell-shocked, man. You look like you're about to like puke or
I don't know how this. So Gator. So okay, hold on. Anthony Beck saying Gator's Dave tweet isn't true from what I heard. Again, if there's one person that I probably trust cold-heartedly and this entire thing is Dave. Dave. Now, again, Dave is just telling you what he heard. Like, keep all these things in mind. Like, it's all hearsay, right? But Dave is not, if there's somebody that's not going to go out there and put their neck on the line.
Now you got me looking at my messages.
Bro, this is mayhem, bro. Like, you can't make this, like, this is crazy. It was, so, like, when we heard on Monday, I was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, I didn't put too much stock into it. That's all we kind of, like, teased into it on Monday. Then, like, some more report. The Graham Hall story breaks. There's a few more stories. I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of smoke here. Then it got like too big. It was like, okay, this just feels weird now. It's like everybody's writing that this man's fired and he's showing up to teleconferences. Like, yeah, dude, it's all good. I'm just hanging out. This is my last week here. just checking in. Like, we got a couple of super chats. Hold on, let me go ahead and bring up.
Yeah, like, look, I've learned that, like, because I see some comments in the chat. I learned that, like, if somebody credible reports something like that, it's probably true. Even if you don't want to hear that and you want to say, oh, no, I don't believe that, whatever. I mean, you could not believe it.
You want to text Dave and see if he can hop in?
I'll try.
Oh, brother. Smash the like button, boys. Let's get it. All right, let me read some super chats. Late, like always, excuses incoming. We weren't paying attention. I have no excuses, Dominic. I'm trying to figure it out. That hat is fire. Thank you, boys. Check it out at the store, hightopsport.com/shop. We got a couple of new lids out there, boys and bad boys. Are smoking hot. By far my favorite hat that I've ever had. $2. I sent my jingle to Dave. High Top Boys, stay hot. Dubster, my man. $5. Sam Adams. I'm here in Spring Hill, Florida. Turn on Fox 13. It's all on the news. Look, it's got to happen at this point. This is what I'm saying, bro. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, dude. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Is hilarious. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Cormani commitment when everybody had him pegged going to Florida. 247 had a video made of it and everything. And they had it on every site. Like, every site was like, yeah, Cormani to Florida. And then all of a sudden, he puts on the Miami hat. This is literally the reminder of that certain scenario coming forward to this right now because of a head coach. Like, this is insane, dude.
Breaking Billy got an extension. I'm kidding. That's not real. $2. Pick'ems, pick these sack on your forehead. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate your beautiful comment. $5 from Jonas. This is the perfect way for Napier era to end. What a shit show. Dude, it is. This is mayhem.
Welcome to the University of Florida, guys.
Hey, are you not entertained?
Yeah, are you not entertained?
$5. Urban Chapter 2, Chapter 1. After this, Zook, will he return after Zook 2.0? Roster was good then, and it is good this time around too. Yeah, I don't think Urban's coming back, guys. Let's see here. Army Sniper says bring the Dave onto the pod. We're working on that right now. Good call there. Yeah. And then $5. I'm wearing an Undertaker costume to the game Saturday. Josh. Oh, I had one more tweet that I was going to go over, but I feel like whatever tweet we just went over eliminates. And I had another tweet I wanted to go over, but I don't know if we can even look at that anymore because this is like, here's the thing. I laugh because I'm with the rest of you. Like we may hear it. The crazier thing for me is I hear a lot of things with Discord. We hear a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I don't ever talk about because it's a lot of hearsay. And I'm not, and I understand we've talked about before the kind of the power that we have and what we can transcend with our information. And I don't want to necessarily be connected to a lot of stuff because it's very fluent. And I don't want to be like a conspiracy theory type of show. We want to be pretty reactive to what's happening. But this one caught the most smoke I've ever seen. Like it's like the Kermani situation where you're like, everyone's like, yeah, dude, it's not even going to be close. And then like a day before, it's like, hey, have you heard from Kermani? It's like, nobody can get a hold of him. It's like, hey, if you heard from Scott, nobody knows where he's at. I think he's supposed to be here. Fire him and sign the papers, and we can't seem to pinpoint his location. This tweet throws me for an absolute blender. Because there was multiple reports about multiple people. Before the show, you gave me a number and names that were at the meeting. So who's lying? Who's lying to who, Davey?
So apparently, I guess a reporter talked to Strickland, and that was, I guess that was the case there. So who knows if even Strickland is just saying that?
What if Dave
Nobody
spoke to
knows.
Strickland? Maybe Strickland's got Dave. Maybe Dave's a bad guy. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, well, this is the thing, though. It's like I heard Monday that this was going to go down from very credible people. I'm talking about credible as they can get, right? So now all of a sudden this story flips on what? We're talking Wednesday, 2 days later. But when I saw the reports initially coming out that like, yeah, reports are coming out that he might be fired over the weekend, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, who told somebody? Like, who said something to somebody, right? Automatically. And then all of a sudden you see it hit the timeline and it's on every freaking news source that you can think about. It's even on the news. I saw it on a news channel. Somebody sent me a video of it. And I'm like, okay, well, if this news story is already coming out before this dude gets fired, what's the validity of this story? That's what I was kind of thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like this wouldn't really hit the airwaves unless if something was really going to happen, they were going to wait until like Sunday and then be the first one on top of it, right? This one's already hit the airways even before Sunday.
I'm going to go back to my theories here. Okay, too many sources reporting this. I mean, that's how too many sources reporting it is what made, from my opinion, it have more validity than what it would have had. To be quite honest with you, and Graham Hall writing about it again, a very reputable source. Again, he played it very, very vanilla. Okay, so he wasn't. I'm not just putting this on Graham, but it felt like he was, insinuating that something would happen. How do you say this? Palatial Entertainment, $5, $20+ million buyout is today's day and age, and is the dilemma. Use the money on players or restart. Also, ask Morgan & Morgan for the people. It's not a money. I don't think it's a money thing. I really don't think it's a money thing. It's not a money thing. The boosters are supportive of the buyout. It's an ego thing. It's a having to fire another coach and him essentially I don't know, hanging himself a bit. $2 from Corey Broach. Kiffin and Freeman should be the top two you go after. Corey must be a little behind on the. We're back on Billy Napier, boys. Keep up. two
Hey,
bucks.
Billy's not fired yet, guys.
Exactly. Bro. You know what? Hold on. Like, listen. Can we laugh at this for a minute? Can we hear me out for a second?
I can answer the next question from Ben, but go ahead.
If Napier on Sunday morning, just one tweet, it's the Wolf on Wall Street meme. I'm not leaving. I would die. And then Jacob LaFrance retweets it. # Sunbelt Billy forever, bro.
Sunbelt Billy the boys forever.
I couldn't help but buy back in. You'd reel me back in, Billy, if you came out Sunday, or you hit him with the Undertaker. Just.
Dude, this is so crazy. Like this is the craziest thing I've ever seen before. Like,
laugh through it.
So how the heck did Scott Strickland get a contract extension? Because all of his buddies work in the board of trustees. That's how he got an extension with no sitting president. That's how that works, right? So that's how he got the extension. He won one basketball natty, but he's had all this other crap happen, but he won one basketball natty. So let's give him an extension for like 5 more years, right? And let's let him hire the next coach since he was so good at hiring the last two.
Nick, my man, $2. Outside of Lag, VB3, DW, who do you hope stays? I mean, everybody. I don't want anybody to leave.
Yeah, I hope if it's an offensive-minded coach that comes here, I would assume that the
Miles
offensive
Graham.
guys would stay,
Miles
or
Graham
most of them would.
Want to stay.
But now, like they can't even transfer now until like
January.
I mean, I guess you get the new January the 2nd. Like, so it's stuff's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
I'm still getting my phone's blowing up, dude.
Is Dave going to come on the show? Hey, there's almost 900 people in here. Let's smash the like button. Let's let everybody know what's going on here, okay? Let's get this on Fox News too, okay? We got to keep this thing up and going here. And here's the thing. If Sunday's going to be crazy, and we get no pressure on Monday, so this could be one of the most eerie bye weeks we've ever had in college football for the Florida Gators. $5. Is it true? If it is true and he's pre-fired and we win by 50 and he actually's fired, the locker room and morale is destroyed. Thoughts?
Pre-fired.
And we win by 50 and is actually fired. What do you mean? Is it destroyed now or later on? Again,
I think that morale's been destroyed for the past 3-4 games.
They're still bought it. Look, here's my thing. Why I kind of sold myself on this pre-fired notion this morning of like, it's very Ron Zook, like Ron knew he was being let go and still got to coach the last game, right? And then they carried him off the football field. Like, it was because they loved him so much. It's like, hey, dude, like you've done a good enough job. Like, we're just gonna let you kind of go off into the sunset. This is what this felt like, and so I was like, yeah, this makes sense. But it may sound like it might be his revival. We might have put Zach B on the record player, play a little revival.
I just got a text. It says this is probably Strickland lashing out because he's losing control, but we'll see.
Okay, I want to get back to a tweet here in just a minute. A lot of super chats. Thank you, guys. Billy comes out in a Darth Vader costume. Damn Mullen shit.
So I knew about this like Monday, right? And this is why I don't put stuff on the timeline, because stuff like this always happens. Like when you break news, something else changes, and then all of a sudden you're wrong. You have no sources. You're this. So I don't break any news anymore, guys. I just get it. I just report it. That's it.
Well, I've always been myself. I've always been a big component of this. I've always felt that the situation around Florida football is messy. Like there's just too much that gets out that I feel like should never get out. We talk about it. I mean, I don't mind it, but there are times where I'm like, man, it's cool because we get to talk about it. I'm like, yo, this just makes us look so incompetent. Can we just stop? Like, can somebody just keep a mouth shut for 5? Like, can nobody keep a secret anymore? It's like a dang high school reunion in here. Like, just shut up.
I keep a safe space. That's what I do.
Yeah, and like
safe. I'll let you guys report it. I'll just
I don't count, okay? Because once it hits the mainstream, once it hits the water cooler, it's free game. Like I'm allowed to talk about it, but that's the thing. Do we trust that Strickland is even capable of making the right decision on the next head coach? Reports have said he wants a yes man. That's a whole listen. I felt, Paul, like your great question. If we didn't take 2 steps back in the last 20 minutes, I would have been inclined to talk about this because that would have been our next move. But I still think we may be, having conversations of like, hey, should Napier hire an offense coordinator next year? That might be the conversations that are happening instead of if who's going to be hiring the next coach. Now, let's go back to this.
You'll know Strickland picks it if we get Freeman or Brenke. So
can we? Did Dave? Did Gator Dave write back or no? Is he mad at us? Showing his tweet.
He's probably not mad at us. He just got that tweet, so I'm sure his phone's blowing up right now. He has not replied to me.
Bro, talk about a bomb.
I told him he could call in because I got it fixed. So,
oh yeah, just have him call in. Yeah, he's in to show his face. So this is what it comes. The theory, right, is obviously now that we're in this, right? Okay, only one booster met with Strickland. That's the latest. It feels like maybe a group of boosters that have money but not enough money to play. Like there's tiers to this booster thing, just so you guys are aware. Maybe the second and third tier boosters got together and were like, okay, we can't go to the meeting. We got our own voices. We'll force our hand another way. We'll get the media involved with this thing. Like it's just like politics, right? Like what the propaganda, how can we move a story? How can we move a notion?
He said he would. He said he would.
I mean, can you guys ask for anything better than this? Shout out to Sniper for the suggestion. I mean, this is what we're talking. When we say best day of the week, I swear to goodness, it's not just we didn't make that up. Okay, it was embedded into the show when we started these things because these things right here, you can't ask for it. Okay, like this is unbelievable. I feel like we're real time news, breaking news here, right? If we had a real production team, we could have like better graphics, but this is what we got. There's 900 people in here. The only disappointment that I have right now, only 200 likes is gross. We even got the audio sounds. We even got the audio sounds. $5. Billy going to be talking some shit if he's not fired snappy as hell. Oh, yeah. He's going to be dialed in for sure. Is that our guy?
You're on, Dave. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I got you guys. I got you.
Dave, I mean, can I tell you one thing, man?
Okay.
I love you. Okay? I love you. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you. Okay? Oh, hear you. I guess here. I can't see you. We've got Gator Dave from Gators Breakdown Boys and Girls with us, and he just dropped an absolute Hiroshima bomb on the timeline here. Dave, we're passing the buck to you, big fella. It's your mic, your show. What do you got for us? What's going on?
I mean, here I was on a Wednesday night, getting out of a middle school football game my daughter had to cheer in, and then get a little phone call set up. And most of it was just refuting the report that came out today of this booster meeting that Scott Strickland had on Tuesday. That there was this big booster group, and there were some ultimatums, and there was decisions that had made in regards to Billy Napier's job. And it wasn't this big group of boosters. It was Scott Strickland and one booster, some administration, and that was it. The quote was the story that was put out today was a total fabrication. So that's from a high level source there, speaking on this matter. So the message from the booster was, let me know what you need and how can I be supportive. And look, that could still mean what everybody wants it to mean. It could be, what do you need to take the next step? How can I be supportive in that next step? It doesn't necessarily mean Billy Napier's not getting fired or no move's going to be made. Now, as far as the timeline goes, I wasn't told anything about that. And I know we all know the timeline that's been put out there the last couple of days that, hey, it could be done after this game. None of that was discussed. But it was just more about the refuting the report of the booster meeting that happened on Tuesday.
Now, do you think that and I'm not saying you're lying or anything, and I'm not saying your source isn't that or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But do you think that maybe not the source per se, but do you think that maybe Strickland had told somebody something like that just to kind of cover up what was going on?
Is it possible? Sure. That was not the vibe I got.
Okay.
But it's sure it's possible. I mean, there's going to be two sides to every story here, and especially with everything that goes on with a coaching search, you don't know what info to trust. I mean, I put this out there to put all the information out there. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to believe it. But, there is a Dave, we'll steal a line from you. You just report the news. Well, you know what? This is what was shared towards me. And if there's one side of the argument that's out there and somebody else thinks, and I mean, with the level this came from, it deserves to be put out there. The other side deserves to be put out there.
Okay.
And I ain't telling anybody which side to go on or what side you want to believe, but at least you have both sides and you can make your own decision.
This came from this Billy called Dave. I'm just kidding. I appreciate this, and I think, and this what people don't understand is that I like, again, I'm assuming you trust the person that gave you this information. I'm assuming they gave it to you, understanding that it would be obviously let out for the world to see. But I good on you for releasing it, right?
Like I said, I trust the level this came from.
Yeah, no, I agree. People were saying like, "Oh, I don't believe this." Yeah. And I go, I respect your opinion and what you put out there. I mean, you do a phenomenal work. I was like, Dave is not putting this tweet out there. This is not a Hoop Shiz tweet, okay, guys. This is not Orange. All of Dave's burner accounts tweets. This is Gator Dave putting a massive tweet where look, and I think it's a fair, reasonable tweet when we're all kind of running away with these 9 other stories that are happening. Dave's like, pump the brakes. And look, what people have to understand is what you're doing and your tweet is no different than everyone else's stories that they wrote today. They all got information from sources that they trusted and wrote an article about it. It's no different.
And some people are taking the whole no ultimatums given, no demands absolutely means Napier's not going to be fired. There was nowhere in that tweet that I said Napier's not going to get fired.
Yeah. It just didn't. Yeah. We all assumed the meetings felt a bit more aggressive and more of a stronghold situation. And you were like, it wasn't that intense. Doesn't mean that certain verbiage wasn't exchanged. It just wasn't like, yo, Strick, you don't get your act together, boy. That's it. It wasn't that at all.
I mean, and here's the thing. How can I be supportive? Let me know what you mean. So, obviously, that can mean, one more time I'll say it, what do you need to take the next step? How can I be supportive in getting the next coach here?
Well, all right.
Huge.
Now, we don't want to keep you there too long.
Yeah, Dave,
man.
this
I
was
know
awesome, man. You're the man.
You're on the road.
No, all good.
I love that you gave
All
us
right,
a
Dave,
play-by-play too. Like that fired me up. But you were like, "Hey, I was at my daughter's game like that." I felt like I was with you in the car. So thank you for that. This was great. You're the man, Dave. Thank you for being ready to go. So sick.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you want to see
I
more,
mean, it was when I got the initial call, I was going to the drive-through at Chick-fil-A. So I was like, "Hey, this has got a little while. This has got to wait a little while. I got to eat some food."
Did you get the pretzel bun?
No, I was mad they got rid of that right before it. The creamy barbecue.
No, they've got
Man.
got a new pretzel bun right now.
It was good.
I've been eating it.
I know. I'm not a big pretzel bun fan.
Oh, all right. Well, Gator
so
Dave,
breaking news: Dave likes the barbecue from Chick-fil-A.
that one was good too.
It was good.
All right, Dave, we'll leave you alone, man. We'll quit hassling you, man. Thanks for coming on. And hey, look, if you want to see more of me and Dave, you can come to Harmonic Woods this weekend. You can talk to him all day.
Hey, yeah, there we go.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, who knows? I'm a propagandist now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with this.
You're just reporting the news, Dave.
You're the
You're
man, Dave.
See you, Dave.
All right, see y'all.
Well, there you go. Heard it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, so, and I will say, Dave, I've known Dave since 2017. We've been very close since then. He's not going to put something out there that is not correct. So, apparently this did happen, but he did say that doesn't mean anything still. It's just a meeting that had happened, and maybe the information. I'm getting told that, like, oh, well, what he said was not right, or what. So I don't even know, but I trust Dave.
You're being told
so.
what Dave said was not right?
Yeah. Hey, look.
I love it here. This is incredible. So here's I've got Dan Thompson joining us because go ahead.
It's not what Dave said. It's what the guy said to Dave. Just remember that.
Listen, this isn't
So
Dave is just reporting the news. I'm not putting any of this on Dave. I appreciate because if anything, again, it just creates a bigger. It's just one more icing. One more needle, if you will, to this situation that's just showing just how of a cluster this whole thing. I'm reading the comments under Dave's tweets and I'm dying. Dave, are you trying to start a war here tonight? Dan, yeah, Bozeman hopped in early. Bozeman, you're gonna, buddy. We ain't doing we're gonna do pick'ems, but it's gonna be a little bit. Dan Thompson, because Dan, I was texting Dan. I actually texted Dan on Monday when we heard about the news. I go, hey, are you hearing this? He said, yeah, I am. And I was all right. Like, you just like to confirm what you're hearing. Like, you put some feelers out there. So we'll see. And again, I think he made a good point of like, look, it didn't say that it was, hey, let me know what you need. That could be, hey, let me know what you need to move on from here. How do we make this thing happen? All that good stuff. Let me see. He said, give him a few. I don't want to get into pick'ems. We haven't even done the preview of the game yet for Mississippi State. There's 900 people in here. We're rocking and rolling. Not enough likes yet. Bozeman, I know you're in the guest room, Bubba. We're going to be a little bit if that's okay. Can you just give me a nod?
Hey? Was Bozeman in the
he already called
the waiting room?
Yeah, I don't know why he called in. This is crazy. This tweet that Dave is some guy says wrong. We'll bookmark for later. Dave, let your high level source know things will get very weird very fast if Monday rolls around with no action being taken. Somebody says, yeah, look, you know what's funny is I feel like we live in a world where Florida football is never on the same page. Like it is a constant war. And I felt like over the last 48 hours was the first time that Florida football and the fan base kind of came together. We were all like, okay, like people were starting to argue about coaches and whatnot, but seems to be like a sense of like refreshment. Like all right, here we go. and then Dave goes, no. And now it's a battle of sauces, right? It's a battle of whose sauces are better than the other sauces. That's where we're at now.
So buddy of mine, Bill Sykes, he said, "Welcome to misinformation season," and he said that on Sunday because of the coaching stuff going on. He's like, "You're gonna see You're gonna see so much information flying back and forth."
And again, it's all ploys, right? It's all to try to negotiate and navigate these deals. Like it's all manipulated, and it's just the power at B's passing this thing back and forth is what it is. And we're just here for the show, I think. I don't know. Play shape of turn. Wolf of Wall Street Billy. he posts that like you said. I'll give him the UGA game. My ass off. Also, he will break Billy will research himself if he is here on Monday and he tweets out the Wolf on Wall Street meme. I'm telling you right now, boys. I will put it on. I will put the Wolf on Wall Street. I'll put his face on Wolfie, and we are off to the races. I'm telling you what. All right,
Ray will be happy. Trell will be happy. Everybody will be happy. You know, every last bit of the 1% of the Billy guys will be happy. So. Yeah.
$2 from Nick says love Wednesdays and with Sheldon and Hoop Shiz. Hoop Shiz.
Hey, Hoop Shiz, how you doing, man? You good? you gonna tweet real quick? We gotta confirm it. Confirm it.
That was Dave. You know what's funny is Gator Dave's tweet was like an anti-Hoop Shiz tweet. You know what I mean? It's like the complete 180 of a Hoop Shiz tweet. It was perfect. $2. Dave asked the recruiting question. I think that was for other Dave. $2. How does one know what's said between two people? Sus. Well, so Dave just said that there was two people. There was a booster, Strickland, and then other administratives that were in the meeting. So I'm assuming that's where that came from. Possibly. Did y'all see what Zach Goodall said? No, I saw someone said that. Where?
Okay, so Zach Goodall put it on the boards. For what it's worth, I can confirm the meeting occurred according to a source. Boosters want it done Sunday, regardless of the outcome. Florida versus Mississippi State.
When was this? When did that happen?
Just now.
Oh my
or wait, no, it says. Wait, hold up. This is 7 hours ago, dude. Like this was 7 hours ago.
Oh,
like
okay.
No, I thought it said 7 minutes ago. It's 7 hours. That's old.
Oh,
that don't mean anything if it's old.
What is Anthony Beck? He says, Dave, check your DMs. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, that's the DM I checked. That's old, dude.
Oh, okay. $2 from Frog 12. Bro, we're hanging up. It's just.
But I guess it reconfirms that somebody else heard that meeting happened. Whatever. I guess it was 7 hours ago. But look, like this is gonna be misinformation season. Like I said from the get go, I was just like, how do we know that? You know, Strickland didn't see all the reports coming out and then made something up to like cover his ass or something like that. Cause he's done that type of stuff before. I already know he has, but he could just be saying this to say, hey, look, that wasn't what that meeting was about. It was about this to cover up what actually really happened.
So I have this I wanted to go over because I thought we were going to be like moving on and then we didn't have to worry about this like not cheering kind of thing anymore. Do you see this right here? Florida's chances to make the playoff according to ESPN. I saw this.
You know what? I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm just out here.
I'm in awe. I'm in awe, and I love every minute of it. We have a 0.4% chance, and like again, when I put the show together, I was in thought that Napier would no longer be here regardless of the outcomes. I was like, all right, let's go win this bitch on Saturday. And when Ron Roberts take over as interim coach, let's go shock the world. You know what I mean? Like I was getting ready to. So we'll save this graphic for next week, all right? Because I don't want to get this whole thing amped up for it to just be now. Unless Billy comes back on Monday and tweets the Wolf on Wall Street meme, then I'll bring this back up, all right? So we're gonna keep this graphic on standby for the time being. Okay,
everybody
what's crazy?
Everybody wants me to call everybody.
Who are you supposed to call? Ghostbusters?
Somebody said call Dan Graham or Zach. Time to tell their side of the story. Or are we gonna have debates on the show now?
All right.
No, man. Like, look. I trust every one of these guys. Like Zach, everybody. I'm pretty sure some people were hit with some info, some people were hit with other info, and this just happened. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna come together and be like, okay, what really happened, and they'll figure it out.
Okay, here we go. So, Rhett posted the Zach Goodall tweet now, what you just said. He put it over Dave, calling out Dave. Dave said, I can confirm a meeting happened, but maybe not the way it was originally reported. Also, reporting news does not necessarily mean I believe it, but shouldn't both sides be out there? And again, I think what he's doing is phenomenal.
Okay.
It's,
I can confirm Strickland told him that. It wasn't the reporter that Strickland told him that. So who knows the validity to that?
Strickland told Dave that?
No, Strickland told that reporter that
That told Dave.
what Dave reported. That told Dave, yeah. So Strickland put that out there. So who knows if that's a valid statement or
Oh
not?
my gosh, this is absolute mayhem. And boys and girls, it's just getting started. We got Dan, we got body bag Dan joining us here. This guy's working overtime. Tuned in on our Sunday show. Apparently, he was just working with Allie. He had his own show, I think, on Sunday. He had his own show yesterday. And
we
look
turned
at
this
him.
into a call-in show.
He looks fresh as ever. He looks fresh as ever. Dan, are you seeing this? Are you watching this unfold here? Are you seeing the mayhem that's happening? You didn't even know what happened when I texted you. That's how quick this is moving.
No, what happened?
You
What
caught up.
happened?
Oh, for the love of the Lord, we gotta catch him up. All right, so you've seen, all the positive news of Napier's gone as of Sunday, right? You've seen the articles. You and I spoke on Monday. You're hearing what we're all hearing. Yes, you can confirm.
Confirm.
Gator Dave, heard of him?
I have. Big fan.
Big fan. He just called in. He tweeted out. This is what he tweeted out. He's breaking the internet. I think he just wanted clout. I'm kidding, guys. Spoke to a high-level source regarding the booster meeting Scott Strickland had on Tuesday. Strickland met with only one booster, and it was an overall positive meeting where no demands were made and no ultimatums were given. The message was more, how can I be supportive? Let me know what you need.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
That was it.
Oh, his cheeks are getting red. This isn't good. This is crazy.
I think that there's a lot.
What we've gathered, though, before you go, Dan, what we've gathered.
There's more data. Go ahead, Dave.
And I know Dan knows how Strickland is because he used to work at the UA. So Strickland apparently told that reporter. So Strickland was the one that put that word out there. So you go ahead and
Put what word out there?
That it was just a meeting that between just him and one booster asking, hey, what do you need? What support do you need? And that was it. Nothing else after that.
Yeah, no, I was kind of surprised when the idea that multiple boosters came out. Sheldon, I think you and I talked about it. I definitely talked to somebody. It was definitely one that I knew was meeting yesterday. I didn't know if more people got involved. Now, you can use any sort of finagling of what a meeting is. There could have been a booster meeting with one booster. There could have been other meetings with other boosters, and there's certainly other conversations that have been happening. I don't want anybody to think that this changes anything if it's just one person, because that is one very powerful person that is involved.
Okay, so this tweet didn't surprise you as much then?
The tweets that it was multiple people surprised me more than Dave's tweet.
I mean, this thing just keeps giving. The roller coaster that we've been in this thing for about a minute, Dan. I mean, this is why I called Dan, because I knew Dan. I love this. This is, some people can back off Dave now because Dave's taking it right now. He's in heater, and Dave heard multiple people.
Dave isn't gonna lie. Like I trusted what Dave said. It's more of like the Scott Strickland told the reporter that. So who knows what's even true?
Real quick though, because he didn't necessarily say that the conversation, because I think the other part of the tweets and the reports, on top of being multiple boosters, was that it felt more of a strong arm conversation. And the way
that's the part
where do you sit on that bar, Dan, of it being this is crazy.
I don't need you. I don't think, and I know Scott Strickland gets crapped on a lot by the fan base. They're not as dumb as you think that they are. And there's a lot of new people in this administration that are very involved in this decision-making that are very different than the old guard that is being replaced or has been replaced thus far. I don't think you need to convince Scott Strickland that Billy Napier is not working out. I also think that it's important to note all of this information is coming out. It's seeping out, right? And it wasn't one big dump of information. It's just kind of slowly but surely coming out about some meetings, about some conversations, about some timelines, about some ultimatums, about what the future looks like, what some of the candidates that are involved are. I think that there's a little, maybe a little strong arming going on behind the scenes as well.
So, okay. And I pulled up your tweet. I had your tweet up here earlier because I was kind of what I was talking about. I was like, I feel like with this news probably shouldn't be breaking out, but there's a reason why. There's obviously, like in politics, there's you utilize the media to your advantage, and that's kind of how this whole thing felt. It was how I took it is that conversations happen, and it's like we're gonna make sure this what we want to have happen happens, and we're gonna do so by basically breaking it and putting you into a situation of like, hey, everyone, it's already out there. Like there's no backing out of this. So you still feel very, I would say, confident in the fact of the original report that Sunday appears to be his last day, regardless of the outcome. Because we were hearing some things that now it could be changing if he wins, but it's very fluid here, Dan. And we're looking for a lifeline, bub.
Yeah, I don't. Everything that I know is that it's over on Sunday. But I want to put this caveat out there. Like, if it's not, there's not a way that he can save himself this year. And it really doesn't matter when you fire him, as long as you do fire him, right? Like, who's going to be the interim head coach? Have you guys even talked about that?
Yeah, we're all in on Ron.
I don't even think Ron wants the job. That's the thing, right? But like,
doesn't want
how
the job?
frustrating
Is that what
is
he said?
No.
He doesn't have a choice.
I don't think that he wants the job.
I wasn't asking.
Hey, look, if Ron doesn't want it, hey, tell him to go to Spurrier's, take a dump. There's plenty of plays on the wall. He can just write them down and play those.
Yeah.
But how frustrating is it the University of Florida doesn't really even have options for an interim head coach? I mean, is that not one of the biggest indictments in Billy Napier's tenure here? I think your other option slapped the kid at LSU.
Yeah, we were talking. I think Dave said that. I was like, that's just one more reason to fire him. Like, we don't know where to go. Look, we talked about this on Sunday because the number was 5 Sunday with me, you, and Allie. And we kind of made the point of like, it doesn't really matter when you fire him. And I was like, all right, cool with that.
Right.
But then I'm getting told that he's gone on Sunday. And the reason I was excited, I was like, hey, let's run the table now, because now we can go win 8-4 and have some fun with it. And we don't have to worry about the what if situation. But now here we are. It sounds like we're back to 5. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't see Billy Napier being the University of Florida head coach by like 3:00 on Sunday.
By 3?
There's no reason for me to
body bag
that.
Dan. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see how it survives. I don't see what it changes. I don't see what. And Harrison, shout out to Harrison Sanchez. He says, who cares? It doesn't matter who the interim head coach is. I don't think that they have anybody that's going to develop these guys. And I mean, you're halfway through. You're going to be more than halfway through your season by the time that this game is over. I don't think that anything matters other than pride and getting some film on tape for, next season, the next coach, or your next, the next school that you go to. It doesn't make sense to keep Billy Napier past the game against Mississippi State. He could win by 40 points, and it doesn't matter. You had every opportunity to win at the University of Florida, and you chose your ego and your paycheck over making the University of Florida a winning program. So you could win by 40 points, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll put my feet up on the table at White Buffalo Saturday night. But at the end of the day, I'm still expecting that Pete Thamel tweeted about 11:15 saying that, Florida's made a change at the head coach position.
This is, this is beautiful stuff. Dan, I appreciate you being on the ready here and hopping in and calming the nerves a little bit, because we were spiraling out of control there for a bit, and I think you may have settled the chat. Goodbye. If you go back and watch, we were going through it, and then the Dave tweet, and then so this has all been very good. We have
I don't want you guys to. Don't go after Dave. I mean, Dave's point is. Actually, no, not you. I'm talking about the same group of people that are criticizing. I know I've got a hair problem. I know. You don't need to tell me. I know. Look, chat, I get it. I get it.
I do too.
But you're much better looking than me. So, but don't get confused by Dave's comments, meaning that it's anything different than what you kind of know already. about what the potential situation is. Shelton, I shared with you kind of where Florida's at, with their thought process over, the head coach and what that might look like in the future. Feel free to share with Dave. And that's my opinion from everybody that I talked to has not changed since probably Sunday afternoon.
Well, Dan, appreciate you for being on the ready. Tell them when they give you a follow. One of the boys firing it back up, because I'm sure people are going to want to hear the guys get after it so they can tune in. Is it going to be Sunday at 3 p.m.? Is that when the next show is?
The next show will be tomorrow evening. We're going to do game day eve tomorrow evening. Sunday's calendar's cleared. I might have to leave Gainesville a little bit early for that, but Sunday's calendar will be clear. We'll do a lot of content. We'll probably do some content with you guys too. I mean, I got a bottle of Vouv champagne ready to go.
Okay.
There you go.
He's
running to go get it.
Got it.
By the way,
we're ready. We're ready for Sunday.
See?
We're ready for Sunday.
Look, needed Dan touch point every week. The hairline though. Look, I've really enjoyed the pop in Dan parts. They've actually been really, really good times. So Dan, you got the link. Anytime you want to just pop in and say something, you're welcome. Hairline.
I wish I could just go live from your channel at any time.
Yeah, just click go. Just send her. Yeah. No hard feelings here. I love it.
All right, we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Have a good one, guys.
Be good, Bubba.
Appreciate it, Dan. Appreciate it. By the way, Dan has the sexiest hairline in the state of Florida. All right, you guys didn't know that. State of Georgia here, state of Florida over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we still got to do pick 'em. Now Bozeman's calling back in. We haven't even previewed the game. Not that I don't think anybody cares about previewing the game. To be quite honest with you.
I got one more source of info that wants to call in, but I don't know if you'll let him. So.
Hold on. We have almost like 40 super chats, and I don't even know where I'm at on them. So let me go through those really quickly.
Okay.
I might have to tell the wife that we're going overtime tonight. She may murder me, but for the boys, okay? I mean, this is an historical episode here at High Top Sports. And here's the best part about this. I'm beyond pumped for the pick'ems. I've got something special for pick'ems. Like, this show has no signs of slowing down. Bozeman's getting the smoke today, boys. I'm fired up for it, all right? But I don't want to leave. People are sending money, and I don't want to miss it. All right, $2. So is Freeman a product of Kelly's recruits? Is Freeman a product of Kelly's? What is he? Oh, Brian Kelly, like a part of the Kelly tree.
Yeah, basically asking, is Freeman a product of the last coach's recruiting?
Technically, but he was like there. So yeah, I guess yeah. Some about the boys tweet incoming. Yeah, for sure from Spencer Daniel. $20 from Sean Smith. Breaking Strickland in meeting. I am in full support of the Gatorade program. Wins don't matter. I love money. On a serious note, why do some people seem to like Freeman's resume over Kiffin? Both are good fits to me. Cheers, Napier. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think people just have preferences. People like to argue, to be quite honest with you. I think it's just more of a debatable topic. Kiffin's personality can be brash, and not everybody is a big fan of that. I think it's what it boils down to. But I'm in the same boat. $5. Florida football feeling like an Info Wars episode. Strickland turning the Frogs game. That's where we're at. My man, $50 from Army Sniper. Got to keep this going until 10 p.m. I don't see it slowing down. I really don't. We're at 9:40, and we apparently have another secret source calling in. Who's the source before I say yes to this?
Mr. Bill Sykes used to do the breakdown.
Yeah, we can rock with Bill Sykes. Yeah. $5. It doesn't matter. Give the fans hope. Don't drag a dead body to the finish line. Let's see a new coach just for a change. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Of like, I get it. It doesn't matter, but at the same time, it does. We want a reason to be excited on Saturdays. $10 from Palatial Entertainment. DJ Pumpin' Love just hired a private investigator to Metro Gaines area. We will get some traction in the word of our richest booster for the people. Now for Gator Nation, Wall Street Billy. $2. I have to get up early, but I'm locked in. I got to take over baby duty, but I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? $10 from Jeremy. Are the boosters that anti-Billy gone aware that we are close, and have they seen our Gator Made program? He mentioned the Gator Made program. Huh?
When can I call him?
Now.
Okay. Bill.
Hey.
You are live, my guy. You're live on the show.
Hey, how's it going, David?
We got Shelton over here on the other line. You were live. There's about 1,000
live,
people.
Bill. We just want to make sure you're.
Well, hello, Shelton. You have a great show, and hello, 1,000 people.
Well, 1,000 people in the live chat. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey, I guess that's a lot more than that once it
So-
goes to YouTube, right?
So I'm sure you saw. I know you saw the tweet Dave put out. I know we've kind of been talking behind the scenes about everything too. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this whole situation? You're very experienced in it too, as well. You know how this administration runs. You've got a lot of intel. Just give us your thoughts.
No, I'm kind of like a perpetual bad guy in Gator Nation, but this is actually a great time for me because I get to be the good guy for like 6 weeks, and then it all starts over. But I know Dave has tremendous sources, and I'll defer to him on kind of what's going on there and all that. But I think it's going to be a crazy 4 days, and we all get what we want.
We will get what we
So
want.
so you think it happens?
I mean, I kind of lean that way.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot of information out of there, and at some point, it's going to be very hard for Strickland to come out and give yet another vote of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, where does he go from here? I mean, and even if Napier ends up at 8-4, what's the difference in 8-4 and 7-5 when we're looking at his entire body of work? The data just does not point to him succeeding ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, like, I kind of thought about it when that info had came out. I was also thinking that, like, maybe Strickland, and look, maybe Strickland had told a reporter something else, which there was a meeting with one booster. We have confirmed that. We've confirmed that. But I'm being told there was more boosters involved in that. So I think what I can kind of gather, and if we all have good sources, I know we do. What I can gather is Strickland probably put something out there, probably lied about the situation, and told a reporter to put that out there or something because he was mad at the articles that are coming out and wanted to make the situation look like something that it wasn't.
That's very possible. I mean, we're talking about a guy who clearly has not built his own strong resume. He is in a very weak place right now. And so if I'm a person who donates millions of dollars to the program, which I'm not going to feel great about making a unilateral decision on Napier's future or the replacement for Napier. So it's entirely plausible that there's a group of boosters out there influencing things, but we're going to probably have to wait a few more days to find out.
Yeah. All right.
Well-
I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. Unless you got something for Shelton. Shelton,
Yeah,
you got
this was-
anything for Bill?
No, Bill, thank you so much. I think this was great. Everyone, I mean, we've had a great body of work here tonight, and a lot of people putting in their insight. And again, I don't think necessarily that Dave took a side. He just simply reported what he was hearing, and it's all going to come to a head in a couple of days, like Bill said. And I mean, he said we're going to be happy with the result. So that tells me we're going to have a national championship on Sunday, which I don't know mathematically how we figure that out. But listen, however we get there, I'm all in. So.
Shelton, the one thing I think that your viewers probably need to understand as far as the historical context is that we once thought Bob Stoops was going to be the new coach because of insider sources. We once thought Chip Kelly was going to be the coach because of insider sources. And unfortunately, coaching changes in both the retention side and the hiring side. It's just the worst misinformation you can get. And so that it's no surprise that we've got stuff flowing in all directions.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I remember with Mullen, like Napier was pretty easy to figure out. Mullen was really hard because you had you were pulled every which way but loose. And then you had like people like Buddy Martin at the plane, the plane landing and asking Strickland questions, Rising gets off the plane and everything else like that. And it was a more crazier coaching search back then. This coaching search wasn't as bad, but now we're falling into the territory of, look, this coaching search is starting to look like the one when we were trying to hire like Chip Kelly and all that.
Yeah, no doubt. But then again, man, this could go exactly according to plan. Maybe the boosters are doing whatever they're doing. Maybe Lane Kiffin is going to come in. Maybe they retain the roster, and this is a fairy tale ending. And frankly, I think this is shaping up to be the most I would say the most optimistic and plausible path to success that the Gators have had since Urban Meyer got here. I was never really a fan of Mullen. I think Napier still looks like a decent hire. I think Muschamp was a decent hire. I thought McElwain was a crap hire. But this looks like a path like it could be lining up for something big and special. So I sure hope it happens, but that's just me. I'm just an old curmudgeon.
Yeah, that's I'm on the same boat. That's my optimism. That's a Disney Gator in me. Well, Bill, thank you so much, man. Again, a lot of great insight from everyone that's called in. I appreciate you, man. And shout out to Dave for making this happen, man. We'll see you in the Discord. Dom says you owe him a bath.
Oh, it hung up.
Oh, I think it does. All right. Let me read a couple super chats. This show has been absolutely crazy. I'm sure Bozeman's got to go to bed. He's going to turn into a pumpkin. So I don't want to keep him waiting too long. $5 from Brooks. I am confusion. We all are, buddy. We all are. $5 from Junior. Thanks for Bill's contribution. Go Gators, y'all. Absolutely. And then I just read Dom. All right. Let's get all Bozy in here. Let's do some pick'ems. Look, we're not going to. I'm sure we'll dabble back into this. Some things probably will break in the meantime.
Order around to where I'm first.
Hold on. Let's go.
And if you notice, I moved the
Wait,
order.
Where did he go? What happened?
That's not the real Bozeman. I lost our chart here. Okay, hold on. We're in shambles. Hold on.
I was about to say, it kind of froze up on me, and then all I saw was Bozeman for a second, and then he just kind of left, took off.
I messed up my stuff. All right, hold on. We're going to have to makeshift this thing on the fly here. A good show is now just going to complete disarray here, but we'll figure it out.
Well, there was a little bit of news, so we were kind of in a kerfluffle, okay?
Yeah. I've never had that happen on a Wednesday show, so I take a little bit of flack. All right, let's get the Bozeman in here really quick, and then what's up, big guy?
What's up?
You all right?
Yeah, I was sleeping. I just woke up.
We,
I fell
we
asleep
woke
waiting.
the old man up.
Hey, real
I
quick.
can finally call somebody an old man.
Before you show us the whiteboard, I've got something. I want to play something. All right.
Sure.
What? Go.
And if you notice, I moved the order around to where I'm first, Swolder's second,
Okay.
and Shelton you're third, because that's going to be the way it's going to be the rest of the year.
Okay. All right. I love it.
You laugh.
I love it. This is awesome. This thing's coming to a head, and I can't. I'm so pumped. Also, too, guys, you see the pick'em sheet's a little skinnier. Bozeman has been in such shambles. The fact that we are this far into it and that you're tied with Dave and I, you should be highly embarrassed. Like,
Well, let me tell you-
you're critical of Napier's performance. You're Napier. Napier's won more than you have. He's at least 21 wins. But I digress. Let me finish. So he wanted to add 2 more games at the buzzer here. So that's why I threw in those two up at the top. Go ahead. What were you going to say? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was going to say, no, that's fine. The reason that I didn't come in here and just blitz you guys is because it's terrible for viewership. Your listeners don't want to see this out-of-town guy coming in and making you guys look bad. And I got a 10-game lead. They're going to say, I'm doing it. It's better for ratings. But we're in week 6 now. Just like Napier, it takes, I'm going to turn the switch on. And I'm sorry, from now on out, it's not going to be pretty, guys.
Can you update us on that switch, Bozeman? I would love to know where
Wow.
things are. We still playing for viewership, or how are we looking?
You're
It's
keeping
white-
receipts, I see. All right, that's
I
good,
was
man. Good work. All right, well, hey, look, but before you get to this whiteboard, you see there's no whiteboard behind me. But before we get to this alleged whiteboard, let me just make sure your listeners know what kind of working conditions I'm dealing with. So week 1, I asked you on a Monday morning, hey, man, can I get the picks? And you're like, oh, geez, you need them this far ahead? Oh, sorry, 2 days of research and trying to analyze the games is too much, I guess, for you. So then a couple weeks I get them on Monday. Then they go to Tuesday. Then last week I get them at Tuesday at 2 in the morning. I don't know what you're doing. Well, you probably got baby duty. But 2 in the morning I get the picks. I'm like, wow. And then today, I don't even get them till 3 in the afternoon. I'm in Tampa at the Hard Rock with my mom at the casino. So all these picks, half of them have zero research. So you know what? Screw it. I mean, this is what you want. I if this is hazing for the new guy or whatever, this is. I mean, whatever. The picks are what they are. So I'll be your Huckleberry, and I'll stay in last place because I got no time to research these picks. I'm still gonna make my own picks individually on my own and make money because that's what I do. You tarnish the Boz Betts name, but I'll do it and sacrifice it for your show. Thank you.
Hold on. The victim card we're throwing here right now. When last week, mind you, let's just talk about last week for a minute, okay? And moving forward, to make this better, you pick the games. You send me the games whenever you're ready to send them. So you can pick them tomorrow.
Monday morning.
No, you can
You'll
send
have
them
them
whenever
Monday
you
morning.
want. I don't, to keep in
Okay.
mind, when I send them to you is the first time that I look at them, by the way. So I don't get any extra time with them, but I understand your frustration of how you like to operate. It was not my intention.
Allegedly.
It's not my intention. Busy with a baby. I
Allegedly.
apologize. The days get mixed together. Playing the victims wild, given the clip that we just saw from last week. So are we not going to get a whiteboard
Stating
up there?
facts. I got it. I'm gonna get it. I'm just a little frustrated because it's tarnishing my image, but that's all right. All right, let me move the camera and I'm gonna get the whiteboard for you guys. Well, you're gonna have to move. I can't. Let me go hang it up.
He's upset, Davey.
Yeah, he is upset.
All right. I don't know. Can you see it? Let me up.
Who's 19 for 28?
Yeah, that's me.
Me and Dave were at first.
All right, you guys.
Are we tied for
Yeah,
first?
you can be proud of your three. You guys went 3-5. 3-5 is a great week, boys. You guys are in first place,
You went 2 and
and
6.
I'm one game back. with
Should I
my-
play the clip again?
Okay. No, nobody wants to hear that again. Nobody wants to hear it again. So I'm one game back. And if I updated your name too,
I can't see.
you see your name up there?
No, what does it say?
It says eyebrows. So
Do you like the intro at least?
I love the intro, and I want to apologize because you obviously probably called me or you texted me to ask me permission to have my name in it, and I missed that call, so I'm really sorry. I'll do better. It's very unprofessional of me. I will do better.
I'm more than happy to remove you from the song.
No, keep it.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, let's get these wonderful picks to your viewers. Fade them, please fade them. Let's go.
All right, we got LSU and Vandy. We'll let Dave kick it off here first.
I am going to pick Vandy. I think Vandy gets the job done against LSU. Now, I know LSU has a good defense, but they have no offense. I don't trust it. I will go Vandy Candy.
Dave takes LSU. I've got to get some new pictures here because my whole thing is
I'm taking
discombobulated.
Vandy. I'm taking Vandy.
Bozeman, what you got, big fella?
Dave took Vandy. My turn?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Series history. A lot of Vandy series histories are going to be lopsided. LSU leads 25-7. They've won the last 10 in a row. Vandy hasn't won since 1990, 35 years ago. Diego Pavia is just, I mean, he's 1,800 yards of offense, 16 touchdowns total. Him and tight end Eli Stowers are pretty electric. I'm not impressed with LSU, Nussmeier, Caden Durham. Everything's telling me you're supposed to go with Vandy here, but this is the first time Vandy's been favored against a ranked team since the FCS split, like a long time ago. I'm just gonna go with LSU for no reason. LSU.
Interesting one here. Vandy's at home. It feels like it should be LSU too. I'm kind of in the Bozeman camp here, but obviously you gave me a whole spiel of why you're not good at this, and I'm gonna ride with the Boz on this one. I like LSU as well. All right, we've got Oklahoma and the Cox here. Cox are getting 5.5. That game is also at home. John Napier obviously did not look very good. Massive win by you on your Texas W. You lost the Arkansas and Ohio State one, but that's besides the point. You did win the Big Texas one, which was really good. And I like the Boz Cox here at plus 5.5. at home. I think they're due. They've got a hell of a stretch. So does Oklahoma. And we talked about it on Tuesday's show. This could be the beginning to the end of Brent Venables. He could be another coach that's added to this carousel just because of how flat-footed they looked. Got a little exposed from Texas. South Carolina, I mean, they're a team that's supposed to be, better than what they have been. Record isn't. And they kind of, I feel like they'll kind of keep just pushing Beamer along because they looked apart, but their schedule is just beating them up. And I don't know. I'm smelling an upset brewing here on Boz Cox. Swoldy?
I am going. Yeah, it's weird because Oklahoma. I think they rushed Napier back too quick. It's so hard because Oklahoma still has a pretty good defense as well. How much are they giving South Carolina? How much is that? 6?
5.5.
So give me. I'll go Boz Cox.
Bozzy?
Yeah, so I feel this is a good spot for Oklahoma to rebound, just like I thought it was for Texas last week. That's why I picked them. And I think I agree with Dave. I'm not sure if Napier was rushed back a little early, but even if he doesn't play, that the other guy they got wasn't too bad. So that was their only loss of the year. South Carolina's 3-3. Sellers just really hasn't turned it on this year yet. I mean, he could, but just like DJ, really hasn't. So I'm gonna take. You guys are on my Cox. I'm getting off. I'm getting off for the first time this year. I'm gonna take Oklahoma, a good rebound spot. I'm gonna take them to win and to cover.
Oklahoma. And you took Oklahoma as well, Dave?
No, I took Boz Cox.
Oh, you took the Cox with me. That's
I'm
right.
going.
All right.
I'm going risque.
We got Ole Miss, UF's next head coach versus the Puppies. Puppies are not favored at home. And they covered last week. And Bosman took Auburn. Bozeman, you're up, big guy.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that spread's wrong. I just literally got home like an hour before the show. I was in I-4 for 3 hours in traffic. Georgia is not getting points. They're -8, I think.
Did I miss it that much?
Yeah, I think it was maybe the spread from the previous week was still left up there. But if you could look it up real quick,
I'll double check.
Georgia's favored by, I think it's a touchdown.
-7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
All right.
My bad.
Georgia -7.5. All right. So Georgia leads this series history 33-14. Ole Miss did beat them last year, 28-10, but Georgia's won 8 out of 10. Ole Miss 6-0, Georgia 5-1. Georgia can be a tough place to play, especially when their kind of backs are against the wall. They're not the Georgia that we're used to for the last few years, but they're still a solid team. Chauncey Bowens and Nate Frazier, good running back duo. Gunner's solid. He's got 12 touchdowns, only 1 pick, 6 rushing, 6 passing. Neither team's great against the spread, but I think Ole Miss. I don't think Ole Miss is a 7-0 team, so I don't think they're going to go 7-0 and beat Georgia. So I don't know about the spread. Maybe they'll lose by a field goal or 7, but I think Ole Miss or Lane Kiffin's just going to be like he's sidetracked with all the Florida stuff. He's got to figure out who his roster is going to be next year, so he's not going to be able to coach his best game. So I'm going to take Georgia -7.5.
Oh, Georgia. Wow. Okay. Bozy?
You mean Davey?
Sorry.
That was Bozy.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. Look, Georgia's been overrated all year. Auburn had that game; they screwed it up. I know that the refs screwed up with the timeout, and maybe the touchdown wasn't a touchdown. Whatever. I don't get into those arguments. I don't care. Whatever the refs call. I think Auburn got screwed over a little bit. I don't think Georgia's that great. Give me Ole Miss. I'll take Ole Miss. If you're going to give Ole Miss points, I'm taking Ole Miss.
Yeah, 7.5, 8 at Georgia. Obviously, this was a big game last year. Ole Miss got the best of Georgia at home. It was a big one. Lane Kiffin made it a big deal. Fist pumped. Talked about it a lot. And Ole Miss has kind of been dragging their feet a little bit. We've seen Lane Kiffin being a little upset. Georgia just has not looked good at all. And I think this is one of the games. I think they dropped 1 or 2 more games, and I think this could be one of them. I like Ole Miss, and again, like you said, the fact that they're getting 7, I'll take that all day long. Little freebies there for the boys. We got, was it the Catholic battle? What is this? What's this infamous matchup? USC versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame's getting -9. UF's other coach. Davey, you're up first, big guy.
UF's other coach?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me Notre Dame, man. I have no rhyme or reason or anything while I'm picking them. Just give me Notre Dame -8.
Bose?
Yeah, this was not a game I thought we were going to pick, so I had to rush with this one. But Notre Dame leads 50 to 37 to 5. This is a pretty good storied rivalry. Notre Dame's won 6 out of the last 7, and they won last year 49-35. USC, we don't get to see a lot of them play. I mean, at least I don't. But Jaden Mavia, 13 touchdowns, 2 picks, almost 2,000 yards passing. Makai Lemon, 682 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. And of course, Notre Dame, CJ Carr, and Jeremiah Love. But I think 9 points is too much, so I'm going to take USC's 5-1. They're getting 9 points. I'll take it.
I think Notre Dame is cooking here. Again, they've got to. We talked about a couple weeks ago when they dropped those 2 games. I still felt that they controlled their own destiny, and this is one of those games where they've got to go and look good. And I'm still on the CJ Carr camp of getting invited to New York, and I think these are one of those games where they can get it done. USC, the one opportunity they had to kind of do their thing, they didn't do their thing. I think defensively, Notre Dame is going to give USC some fits and ultimately break out. Notre Dame has been battle tested more than this USC team, and I think they're going to run away with it, especially at home. We got Tennessee versus Alabama. Very interesting one. Bama's favored by 6 here. This Tennessee team, I've said, has quietly been getting it done. It's got to be a must-win for both of them. This puts a second loss to either one of these teams. Ty Simpson has him playing out of his mind, and it's one of those teams that looks really favorable to win. I hate the spread. I with every fiber in my body, I hate it. I felt like they were a lock versus Mizzou. I think this Tennessee team's better than Mizzou. They are playing at Alabama, which I think will favor them. I think Joey Aguilar has a big hiccup. He hasn't had too many hiccups yet. He hasn't fumbled the bag. Ty Simmons has already done it. Give me Roll Tide to cover -6, boys. Get after it. Bose, you're up. Are you going to cheer up or are you going to pout the whole time? I'm just over-under.
All right. I'm sorry. All right. I'll do better. I was in traffic for 3 hours. It was a long ride.
Well, it's not my fault you chose to go gamble on the best day of the week.
Well, I mean, oh my God. Don't make me get into it again. Plus, I had no time to pick these games. I'm in traffic all day. Whatever. I'll get over it. All right. Here we go. They call this the third Saturday in October. Bama leads 59-40 to 7. Alabama had won 15 in a row before Tennessee took 2 out of the last 3. I think the first one that they won, didn't they? That's the one where they ripped the goalpost out and threw them in the river. I remember watching that. I was in Gainesville. Brandon took me to a frat party. I'm sitting there on the couch. All these friggin' kids around me drinking. I'm sitting there with the other father that was there, and we're just watching the game. And we watched them win. But yeah, so you said Bama -6. I thought it was more than that, so that makes me happier because I'm definitely going to take Bama here to roll. Ty Simpson's on fire, 16 tutties, one interception.
It's -8.
Joey Aguilar is
-8.
He's
-8.
It is 8? Okay. All right. I'm still taking them. I would have liked the 6 better, but Joey Aguilar is going to have a rough outing in that crowd, that atmosphere. Bama's going to keep rolling over those hillbillies from Tennessee.
Davey?
Volunteers. That's what they're volunteers.
I am going to go Alabama, just like you guys. I just think Tennessee, like their offense is like they look good at times, and then sometimes you're just like, I don't know if Tennessee. I don't think that they're there. I think Alabama's going to kill them.
There was a comment, Bose, that made me laugh, but I don't know. Like, you're emotional tonight, so I'm not going to say it. But I chuckled. It was really good last week, but I can't say it now because you're pouting. But
I can take it. Bring it.
It said Bozeman takes as long as these recruits to pick his picks. I was dying.
Nice.
I loved it. I thought it was good.
That's good. That's good. Hey,
he's not happy, guys. You're picking the games next week. I don't want to hear it anymore. You are picking the games. You can send it to me whenever you want. You can send it to me at 8:05. I don't care. That's how good I am at these things. All right,
I will. I appreciate it.
Mizzou versus Auburn. Auburn is underdogs, plus 1.5. Mizzou's favored by 1.5. It's on the road. A lot of drama going on. I think Bozeman, you're up first.
Yeah, that Auburn game was one that I picked last week, and you guys had Georgia, but Auburn was up 10-0, and that play that Dave was talking about, they had a touchdown. The quarterback reached over. They showed the replays. The ball was across the plane. It would have been 17-0. For whatever reason, the refs didn't call it a touchdown. Then they fumbled a few plays later. It was 10-3, and then after that it was over. But if they're up 17-0, I mean, I had 3.5 points that game. I'm pretty sure I'm winning that game. But Auburn obviously is, the Hugh Freeze talk is probably almost as strong as the Billy Napier talk. But Mizzou coming off the loss, they're number 2 in the country in rushing defense, and they're number 6 in the country in rushing with that running back Hardy, who didn't dominate last week, but he still had a solid game against Bama. So if you're going to give me Mizzou to only have to win by, they got to win by 2. They're going to do it. I'm taking Mizzou.
I agree. I think this Mizzou team is better than this Georgia team, and I don't care that it's on the road. And I think that this noise surrounding the quarterback situation, him being dismissed from the team, a lot of people responded to that. He was a captain. There's just a lot of turmoil there. They can't move the football down the football field. Auburn can't. And again, I think this Mizzou team is much better, and I think they're going to be explosive and throttle them on the ground, them being Auburn. And I think 1.5 is crazy. But Vegas has been weird. They have been wildly dialed in, I feel like, this year on certain games. So we'll see. But this one feels like, again, like Texas felt like last week. Like this just seems like a no-brainer. But who knows? Dave?
I don't know. I saw that Missouri offense against Alabama last week, and I probably fell asleep all the way through that game. And it was not impressive to me. And I know Auburn's defense is really good, but the only thing that's keeping me from picking Auburn is the fact they have no offense. And we saw what happened against Georgia. Yeah, you had a great first half, but once that defense got worn down and you couldn't score any points, Georgia started coming back and they won. So I'm going to go Missouri, even though I think Missouri's offense looked boring as shit last week.
Dave, you're up first. We got the Holy War, Utah versus BYU. BYU is getting 3 at BYU.
Yeah, I kind of like BYU here at home, man. I've kind of been a little impressed with how they've played. Utah is a tough team. We all know, they are pretty well coached just about every year. But give me BYU, man. I think BYU can get over that hump.
Bozy?
Yeah, this is a game. It's blank. My page is blank. This game should have been Texas A&M and Arkansas, but we're somehow not talking about that game. So we'll talk about the
top 25 matchup.
This is SEC country.
Yeah, but it's a Holy War top 25 matchup. I think that you're wrong on this one. If you want to argue that Louisville, Miami could have been, then I'll give you that.
No, Arkansas, Tennessee, or Arkansas, Texas A&M is a great matchup. You got the number 4 team against.
I agree,
Bobby Petrino.
but I ran out of spots.
Okay.
But I don't think this game should have been replaced for that. I'm saying the Miami Louisville game. Look, we're not going to have this issue ever again because you're picking for the rest of the time.
All right. Well, I'm giving 0 input, and I'm picking BYU plus 3 at home.
Perfect, because the Utah Utes are going to throttle BYU. BYU hasn't been tested. They're riding off of the smoke from last year. This Utah team is really, really good. They lost 1 game to a phenomenal Texas Tech game. I was very frustrated with Utah's offense, but it's still a Kyle Whittingham team. I watched BYU in Colorado. Colorado should have won that game. Coach Prime coached them out of that game, as he has done a lot of games this year, although they had a big upset against Iowa State last year. I like Utah Utes. 3 is plenty for me. That's not a problem. I almost feel confident enough to give you 4 if you need it. I'm loving this one here. Nice freebie. I'm glad I caught him off guard. I might continue to keep picking the teams next week. Actually, be better at watching football. What were the 2 top 25 teams, and you act like I picked a MAC conference matchup. Like, this is wild to me. Whatever. It is what it is. He's still pouting. I get it.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about BYU.
Throws the paper. Yeah, look at him, Nick. He's just unbelievable.
They can keep their 2 wives out there, but we don't care.
Look, he's being salty. He is. He's throwing a massive fit. Louisville, Miami. This one was interesting to me. 13.5. That Louisville team, they're 4-1, I believe. Sneaky team. Friday night game. This is where Mario usually Mario's it here. I want to go Louisville. I love for these upsets to happen. I think Miami's just too good. I got to stick with the Canes. Dave?
Yeah, Louisville's defense has been playing really, really good lately, and I don't know. I still think the line of scrimmage for Miami is going to take over this game. And but man, that point spread,
A lot.
I'm still gonna go Miami.
Do we have any paperwork on this, Bose, or we're gonna get another paper toss?
No, I'm excited about this game. I mean, you know, I don't like Miami, but I mean, you got to admit they're one of the best teams in the country. The running game is strong. Carson Beck is pretty solid. C.J. Daniels, Malachi Tony are a great duo, wide receiver. They beat Notre Dame, USF, Florida, FSU. I mean, they're 4-1 against the spread. Louisville's only 1-4 against the spread, but Louisville's their only loss was to Virginia in overtime. They're 4-1. They lost to Virginia in overtime. They did beat Pitt at Pitt. That was their only loss. So it's just too many points. Miami leads the series 12-4. They won last year 52-45. That was by 7. 13.5 is too much. Like you said, Cristobal is going to Cristobal, and I'm going to take Louisville with the points here.
He's off his game for sure. Traffic's getting to him. We got Gators, Mississippi State at Florida. Gators getting 9.5. I think it's the only game outside of LU where they've been favored, and by a lot. And look, we ride with the boys all year long. We still ride, even if it is 9.5. I think they get up after it. Bose?
Series history 35-19 to Florida. We won last year 45-28. That's when we were alternating quarterbacks still. I don't really want to talk about Florida because I'll get depressed. Mississippi State, Blake Shapen, second year in the system. He's looking pretty solid. Fluff Bothwell running the ball for 6 touchdowns. They beat Arizona State, who was ranked pretty high at the time. And then they've lost 2 in a row, but that was to Tennessee in overtime, and then Texas A&M whooped them, but Texas A&M just kind of whooped us too. They're 5-1 against the spread. 5-1 against the spread, Mississippi State. Florida averages 16 points per game against Power 4 teams. So if they average 16 and you're saying they're going to win by 10, it's going to be 16-6. We haven't scored in the fourth quarter since the USF game. That was 39 days ago. We've been outscored 30-0 in the fourth quarter. Does that mean our strength and conditioning is a problem? You see our injury reports every week, or 10, 15 deep. The other team has like 2 or 3. It's weird. And then the biggest variable is all this smoke about Napier. Like, how are the players have been kind of playing for him for the last year and a half, but with all the smoke, and even on your show with all the breaking news, like, how does this eventually? That's got to affect the players. So I got to take Mississippi State plus 9.5. I mean, that's the logical pick. It's not the pick I want to make, but it's the logical pick.
Dave?
You're picking Mississippi State. I'm going to go ahead and pick Florida, and
Wow.
Scott Strickland gives Napier a vote of confidence.
I love it. But
And let me just say real quick. So it's just ironic with the Mississippi State, because obviously Scott Strickland came from Mississippi State, and he's come to our football program and kind of ruined it. But Texas A&M, when Jimbo was fired, his last game was against Mississippi State, and they beat him like 51-10, and they still fired him after the game. Kind of that's the thought that I was having before today about even if we win this weekend, he might just be let go. But it's just ironic how it's full circle with Scott Strickland and Mississippi State, and even Dan Mullen being thrown in there, and he revived that program, and then he brought him on here, and then he gave up on us. But I mean, that's why I'm wearing the shirt today. Nothing easy. Nothing's ever been easy in the Napier era.
Or the show.
At first, it wasn't easy to have a defense. We couldn't find one. Now it's not easy to find an offense. It's not easy to find an offensive coordinator. But this is the shirt that the Gator boys wore on the courts for the basketball. And it's almost basketball season, so I'm going to support them. But I don't know. It's interesting times in Gainesville. Let's see what happens here this next week. But Dave, I'll see you at homecoming this weekend. Shelton, you cut me off last week, so you're probably not going. But if you go, I'd love to see it.
Who do you think's had a worse day, you or Billy?
I think Billy's had more than.
Can I play the clip from you last week again? Can I play?
I think
No, people don't want to hear that.
I was gonna say, I think since Billy's gonna collect $20 million, he's probably not having
He's
a
probably
bad
had a better
day.
day than Bozeman for sure. I
Exactly,
can't wait
and
to play the beginning of your segment today of you playing victim. That's gonna be your new clip. That's gonna be your intro next week.
Well, what's gonna be the intro next week?
You pouting at the beginning of this.
All right.
Cheer up, big guy.
I will, brother. I appreciate you guys.
See you, Bubba. Be good, man.
Love
Appreciate you. Love you up.
See ya.
Bozeman, shambles. All right, couple super chats, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. I got to tinkle. Legal Pat Boys at it again. Got to respect his pick'em structure. I4 boy respect. Oh, he was in shambles. $5. Hard Rock Tampa Bozeman on I4 headed back east towards Orlando after taking a rough day of betting horses. Guys got a little Seinfeld Kramer. I wish
I have to apologize, man. I've gotten so many messages back and forth. I've had to check them all, man.
You gotta share 'em?
It's crazy. I'll share them with you later. Can't put them on the show.
Is it crazier?
No, it's not crazier, but
Harrison tweeted UAA 1 for 2 on damage control statements. Let's see who they asked next. And then Hal Lewis said 100%.
What did I tell you?
Yeah.
Harrison knows his shit too.
Alex Dono tweeted, when this happens, Florida's class of 2026 could see massive decommits, and their current roster will have the opportunity to hit the transfer portal. Feeding frenzy starts in 3, 2, 1, and then he deleted it.
Maybe because of the reports, but that's pretty common sense. I love Alex, but yeah, well, obviously when there's a coaching change, there's going to be kids that decommit, but.
All right. Good stuff. We're
gonna have to do the call-ins at some other show. This show is nuts. Look, we'll be live again tomorrow morning, live at 9:35. We'll be doing a call-in show. So I think there are a lot of people have a lot to say. Thank you guys so much for the super chat and the support. Great show, incredible show. Shout out to Dave, Dan, and Bill, and of course Bozeman for hopping on. This is probably one of the best shows we've had in quite some time, just for the fun. And I'm glad we were able to put on a good show and have a good time. And we'll see you guys tomorrow live at 9:35. David Swolder, your boy Shelton. Y'all be good, be safe. Peace and love, baby. Strickland, if you have any information, just call me. I'll let it out.
It's Hot Top Sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist. Water bringing fire, cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows running the show. It's Hot Top Sports, baby. Let's get it, let's go.